Hey, it's Bex from the club, and I'm joined by Jim and Martha from Horrible Histories and the new film Bill. Hi.
Hi.
Now, tell us a little bit about Bill. It's William Shakespeare?
Yeah, it's basically a story about Shakespeare going off to London, as he did, to be a writer, and it's about what he did in between.
Yeah. So it's kind of an origin film, basically. And so the bit between, he explores different careers. So at the first he's a musician, and he's tried interpretive dance, which doesn't work out, and he's 30 years old, and so he follows his dream and goes to London. Yeah.
So what do you guys do in the film? What are your parts?
I am Anne Hathaway, his wife, long-suffering wife, who's basically, her story is she's had enough of all his crazy dreams and aspirations, and she wants him to come home and be a father to his 3 children and grow up, essentially. So it's about her sort of struggle to get him to come back down to earth.
Right.
So.
And I play a dramatist called Christopher Marlowe.
I've heard of him.
Another writer, yeah. And that's kind of my principal part, and I basically take him under my wing and show, just teach him how to write, really. That's one of my parts. My other parts include Grubby Man 2 and
my favourite.
Man on Toilet.
Oh wow!
We all play lots. Well, it's like 40 different roles, I think, in the film. In the same vein as Horrible Histories, we all sort of take on multiple roles.
Oh, that's really cool.
So we've all got a main role, and then we do little cameos as well.
Does that mean there's more to learn though? Is that kind of like, oh no, another script's come through?
Yeah, I guess so. But we're kind of used to that now because we've had that, with Horrible Histories and Yonderland, there's lines galore. So you kind of just, you absorb it and then it goes away.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you remember it for about 2 hours, and you can't remember where you were for those 2 hours.
Oh, reassuring.
Yeah, it's fun.
What's it like working with the rest of the cast? Because you guys, you must know each other so well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
No, I hate it. No, those guys.
Ever work with your brothers and sisters? Jeez. Well, I like working with my sister.
Yeah, bless
She's great.
you. Thanks.
It's amazing fun.
Lovely.
Right.
We've known each other for such a long time now and worked together for such a long time that it's kind of, you're working with your best mates and getting paid for it, so it's...
You're going to get me going in a minute.
You get some emotion.
Do you have to play pranks on each other just to kind of keep it jolly?
There's a lot.
Any little backstage gossip you can give me about this?
Yeah, this one's pretty bad for trying to make people laugh.
What do we do in Yonderland when we film that? We often get the pictures of ourselves. So every actor has a photo of themselves, like a portrait called a spotlight photo, which is for a directory, basically, an actor's directory. So they're usually floating about from the production, so we usually take them and deface them and put them up in the sort of green room. And there's that.
Such moustaches and glasses.
Oh yeah, all of that.
Big ears, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just have a nice time.
Yeah,
But
do
on
it.
set,
I can't think of anything else.
You're pretty bad for trying to make people laugh on set. Him and Matt.
I feel like I'm getting an unfair reputation here.
Yeah, it's kind of valid.
You stand behind the camera and just like, wait, what do you do?
No,
I don't do that.
I
That would just be
know.
downright unprofessional.
Yeah, well, no,
But,
he just delivers his lines in a different way.
I've got a twinkle in my eye.
I feel like I've kind of uncovered a lot and also nothing. I'm not too sure.
I'm not the
whether I
only
wanna go
one,
down
then.
this
That's
road.
You're not
pretty
the
bad.
only one. I said
Simon's pretty bad.
You and Matt are like the naughty twins.
At least I turn up. Simon.
So as if by magic, we were talking about Simon, and then he turned up. As if you could hear us, and you kind of were summoned by us.
I did hear you. You shouted for me from the other room. No, she didn't.
Thanks for coming along, though. Thanks for joining us.
Oh no, it's great to be here. Thank you for having us.
So I've been hearing about Bill. Tell us your version of it. Was it a good thing to film? Because these guys seem pretty naughty on set.
They are really naughty. Martha's professional.
I am
professionally
very,
naughty.
Really naughty.
And this one's just, a rogue.
Yeah.
Really
I'd say
naughty.
Martha was the worst.
As if.
I feel like Martha's getting a bad rap for the mark.
know,
Yeah.
My
I don't think you
face
deserve
do.
this.
No,
on your
I don't.
side.
Thank you.
So what character do you play?
I play the Earl of Croydon, courtier who wants to be, the best, but he's the worst.
Why is he the worst?
He's an idiot. He's a bit stupid. He has no skills. He thinks he's a peacock. He likes to dress up in fine clothes, but he doesn't have the wit to match. He's not the sharpest tool in the box. They really went against type.
Yeah, totally, like
To get
opposite to
me
your
to
normal
play it.
life. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it must have been a stretch for you, right? Like
It was
doing that.
It was a real stretch. I didn't
Yeah.
even know where character was coming from when I first looked. I went, this is weird. This is like Jim should be playing this.
Yeah.
We were lucky he turned up. Thank you.
It's good that you're so modest about the character being so opposite to you as well. Like,
Yeah,
you really had
I
to
know.
dig deep in
Yeah,
there. That's good.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Was
it's
it
kind of
a
our.
bit of a difficult kind of thing, thinking, will kids go and see a thing about Shakespeare? Is it kind of relevant to today's children, or were you just like, yeah, it's awesome, we'll be fine?
I think as long as they know that it's not, I suppose that the Shakespearean language is probably quite difficult to get into if you're of a certain age. So they know that it's not a Shakespearean play or Shakespearean film, then it's probably a little bit more
And it's not factual.
easy going for
It's
them.
fictional, so it's,
Exactly, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a comedy, so
Yeah.
why not?
But, you know,
Yeah.
Shakespeare wouldn't have spoken like that anyway.
No.
In the way he wrote.
No,
He would
no.
have spoken. He might not have spoken
Yeah, so it
entirely
wouldn't have
like
been
Matt.
prose.
No, I would imagine not. No.
Maybe a bit more flowery.
And there's a
Really?
moment
Yeah.
actually that
Yeah.
was cut out of the film.
I know,
When you
yes.
sat on, there
bald
was
guy.
a background artist
Right.
who was eating a feast, and Simon sort of came up to him and sat on his lap and went, "Ooh!" and then slapped him on the head and went, "Baldy!"
I'm really
And
sorry
I
they
was
cut
kind
that
of in the
out.
background of that scene as a jester, trying to juggle, and and I dropped my balls because it was so funny.
Oh no! Terrible state of affairs.
I really did.
Well, I think with that, that's the perfect way to end the interview. Thank you so much for talking to us, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Go
Thank
see
you.
Bill.
Go see Bill.
Bye.